Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How's It Ale. It's Saturday night and Christmas Eve, which means only one thing. It's my Craft Beer of the Year 2022 Top 10 review. Simply put, I have whittled down throughout the year all the craft beers that I've enjoyed. These are non-alcohol free, by the way, and just decided, based on the scores that I've given them, what are my top 10. Simple as that. There's no agenda. There's no kind of anything other than these are my top 10 beers of the year. So I've tried quite a few over the year, different styles, different breweries from different parts of the world. Mostly, well, British, but there are a few European beers in here. And yeah, see what we've got. So bringing up in the first position, which is number 10, is Squirrel from Fierce Beer. This one was a hazelnut brown ale, and it was amazing. You don't get many brown ales in the craft beer world that I've seen anyway, and this one was really, really tasty. Huge hazelnut flavour, big body to it, beautiful, warming, delicious, and yeah, well worthy of a place in anyone's top 10. Coming in at 9th is Fallen Acorn with Not With That Altitude. An utterly delicious beer, huge body to it, beautiful flavours, and yeah, one that I plan to revisit very, very soon. Bringing into 8th position is our first venture outside the UK. We have Pigs, which I believe stands for Pigs in Gentlemen's Suits. Hello again. This beer was provided to me by my colleague Nabil. It's an utterly delicious beer, really, really good value for money. We're talking, what was it, less than about €4 a tin. I've got the review somewhere. I'll link it wherever. You'll check it out for yourself. Super flavoured beer and excellent body on it. Coming in at 7th place this year is a rebrew. It's this one. It is Magic Rock's Neo Human Cannibal, the 2022 edition. It's the first Cannibal run since COVID began. And boy, was it missed. A lot of people hate on Magic Rock, and I understand that, but the beer remains to be brilliant. And the Cannibal Run series is always looked forward to. The beer was tasty, very, very tasty. But there was one small thing that I really disliked about this year's run, and that was the can size was reduced. It's down from a 500ml down to a 440. It's the only criticism I could find with the beer. But the flavours were superb as always. Coming in at 6th place is this one. It is Fierce Beer, again with Fancy Juice 5. This one, really, really tasty double IPA. Huge body, super juicy, loads of stone fruit, loads of tropical. It was a standout double IPA of the year. Not the best double IPA I've had this year, but very, very close to it. And this is a brewery that you'll see repeated throughout this list. And is there any more? Is there any more? No? Yes, there is one more. There is one more from Fierce in the list. And yeah, this one, if you haven't tried it, I really recommend you do. Great value for money, super tasty double IPA. Bringing into the first of the top 5 is this one. It's Fallen Acorn, A Wave of Light. Beautiful tasting beer. Absolutely superb taste. Hit the style spot on. And yeah, definitely recommend you try this one out. 4th place is Fierce. And with the New Zealand Brewing Collective, I believe it was. An utterly delicious beer. Total stuff and nonsense. Beautiful body. Beautiful flavours with hops that just sung like angels. It was utterly delicious and pretty decent ABV on it as well. The highest placed Fierce beer in this list, but definitely worth recommending to anyone who's not tried it. Okay, coming in at 3rd place, we revisit a country we've been to already. It's from Greece. It's Radical Way Brewing Pyro Cataclysm. This one was a contender for me for Beer of the Year. The top 3 can arguably be switched around in true Rick Beato style. Any one of them could be number 1. And if you don't know who Rick Beato is, check him out. He's a great music producer. He does great videos. Anyway, back to the beer. This one just had utterly huge flavour. Big hops, chewy, great body to it. was utterly brilliant, and I was blown away by the price. I think it was €6 a can, maybe even less than that. And sadly, at the moment, there isn't any available in the UK that I've found. If you do find it in the UK, definitely let me know where, because I want some more until I can go and try it in Greece itself. But yeah, really recommend this brewery. The beer, particularly Pyrocataclysm, great artwork, great beer, great people, great ethos, great prices. There's nothing to dislike about this beer. And in second place, we have Fallen Acorn. I loved, I hated, I destroyed, I created. For me, it was, we're talking fag paper thin difference between number 2 and number 1. This beer was so unctuous, so hoppy, so well balanced, so beautiful, so tasty. It is so good. It really is. The artwork on the can, I mean, just look at it. It's superb. The beer inside is just mind-blowingly good. It's superb value for money. One of the best tasting beers I've ever tried. Superb stuff. And, as I say, fag paper close to number 1. This beer that is in number 1 was consumed for my 40th birthday. I aged it for 4 and a bit years. It is, I'm sure you can tell, an Imperial Stout. It's this one. It's from Lervig and Hopping Frog, Sipping into Darkness, barrel aged. Beautiful beer. I remember when I first tried this beer at Bottlecraft in Hanley. It was on keg. And I'd just been out shoe shopping. I bought myself some boots and my son some shoes for school. It was mid-December. It was horrible weather. It was pissing down with rain. And I walked in and I had to have something warming and delicious. And I saw this on the list. I saw that it's 12% ABV. I saw the look on the bartender's face when I asked him what it was. And I just had to have it. It was about £4.50 for a third. It was stupidly expensive, but it was like liquid Christmas cake in a glass. It was big, bold malt notes, huge fruity notes, like I say, creamy body. It was stunning. And like I say, I managed to track down a bottle from Otter's Tears, who were based in Burslem. They're sadly now just online. And I kept it for my 40th earlier this year. And I thoroughly enjoyed every single sip. It is as thick as used engine oil. It's utterly delicious. And if anyone out there has got any bottles and they're willing to part with them, this is a serious comment here, let me know in the comment section below. I would absolutely love to get my hands on another bottle, or however many I can get my hands on. So yeah, that is my top 10 craft beers of 2022. Ordinarily, the number 1, or any of the beers on this list, should have been one that I've only had this year for the first time, but this one had to be on there because it's just exceptional. It is truly an exceptional stout. So there we go. What are your top 10 craft beers of 2022? Are any of them on this list? Should there be some that I've missed out and you should say definitely try for next year? Let me know in the comments section below. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there. And thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you again soon for another one. Bye for now.